When we last spoke, which was beginning of this year, you had told me that you're banking big and betting big on regional cinema doing well. And of course, you've mentioned that now too. Has that been one of the reasons why Footfalls have been better? And if you could give some data into how better has the occupancy been this year?
Look, the way, I say that even in my earlier interviews, that we're not a passive company. When people say that you're dependent on content, I said, of course, we are dependent on content, but that is an advantage rather than a disadvantage. Because if I was in a country where there was a limited content which was coming, then you'll be at a disadvantage. But in a country where 1,700 films get released, how is it a disadvantage? It is an advantage because there's so many prolific and creative producers who are way more motivated than I am to make their movies work. Because it's a livelihood to make sure the movies work, right? So that was one part of the strategy, to be in a market like India where there's so much quantity of content. The other question that you're asking is about diversity. I was also very clear that despite having quantity, our cinema should also have a diversity, geographical diversity. So I don't want to be just a North Indian brand or a West Indian brand or only in East or Central. We should also be in South, equally distributed. Therefore, some of our inorganic growth happened in South. Now 33 or 35% of our circuit is basically in down South. So that also mitigates the risk that if Bollywood, for example, has got a little volatile year, South compensates for it. If South has a volatile year, Bollywood compensates for it. Also, within each city, we are sitting in South Delhi. We also have cinemas in East, Vikaspuri, all that. Then even so, if for example, again Hindi or any other movie has a volatile year, Hollywood comes into play. So I was very keen that we have a circuit of 1,900 or 2,000 screens shortly. This should be very distributed very well, so that you're not dependent on one type of content only. You're dependent on a diversity of content. So therefore, to your point, last year South, I think 2 years ago, South was doing very well.
Because of Bahubali.
Bahubali, KGF, RRR. Bahubali was pre-COVID. So post-COVID, you had Pushpa 2, Kantara, all that. But now this time, I think about 50% of our revenues are coming from Hindi. And Hollywood has gained a lot. In fact, 29 movies this year have given more than 100 crores box office. Till October end or November end or something like that. But Hollywood, because of the screenwriters' strike, had a bit of a problem. But now if you look at this year, Jurassic Park, Mission Impossible, F1, Superman, Fantastic Four, now Avatar has also bounced back. So when all cylinders are firing and with a circuit which is all over the country, it really benefits the company.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.